Wake up in the morning every weekday and join Akinloye on CradleRadio.
This is Cradle Radio.
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 Wake up in the morning every weekday and join Akinloye on CradleRadio. Wake up in the morning every weekday and join Akinloye on CradleRadio.
We're going to do this real quick. We're going to do this real fast this morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning from wherever you're listening to me right now. I say good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's a heavy day, man. I'll tell you. It's a heavy day. Hopefully, from all the channels that we have lined up, that's the likes of her. I just want to probably listen to this real good. Probably listen to it up and see if everything is working accordingly. This is Canada, people, and that's how I say, this is Canada.
Wake up in the morning every weekday and join Akinloye on CradleRadio.
And I always start with being grateful for the gift of life each and every time. I'm always grateful for that very essence of it. Being alive is such a big deal for me. And if you've lost anybody in your life, you'll probably understand what I mean. And I'm trying to just, dampen your morale this morning. I'm just saying I'm glad I'm alive. I'm glad and I'm grateful. So many things up in my head at the same time. I'm grateful for the gift of life, and I don't think anybody should batter me because of that. I love that aspect of waking up in the morning and you can just breathe. It's not like breathing in your dreams, but it's so different when you wake up. And when you wake up, you just realize, I'm alive again in the morning. I love this aspect of it. Totally in the morning. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that I don't take for granted in any way. So I'm grateful to my maker, to my creator, the person who birthed life into me. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful each and every moment I could just look at myself and say, man, that creator creates something good. He always creates something good. But I'm looking at myself sometimes like, man, thank you. You spend special time on me. I'm not trying to blow my own horn, but I'm just grateful. I'm happy and I'm grateful. Being grateful for the gift of life. Being grateful for little things, big things, medium things, things that people don't take cognizance of. I was speaking to some friends of mine yesterday. I said, we seem to worry a lot as humans. And sometimes I'm looking at, especially in the winter season, right? I'm looking at squirrels, for instance. And I'm wondering, all winter time, they seem to just dig deep into earth and go hide away. And I'm talking about for 3 months or otherwise. And they're not the only animals that do that. And the person I was having this dialogue with said, have you thought about the migration of butterflies? Like when winter is coming, they just migrate. And I look back in hindsight and I'm so grateful for my Creator to count me worthy of grace in this planet. It is a big deal for me. And having said that, we're going to rush into something that's really going to be affecting a lot of travelers come February, especially if you go into that place. I don't like that zone of the world, don't get me wrong. I got lots of families in there, but the UK is definitely not my go-to place. No, I don't, there's nothing, I don't want to spoil nothing for nobody. I don't want to spoil nothing for nobody, but it's just not my go-to place. For people fresh off the boat, it might be a big deal for them, but nah, man. I got families and friends in there. I did promise them that I will visit sometime. I fly over there every time. I fly over there. But the UK, I'm just chuckling, people. UK, my destination spot, no doubt. Now, if perhaps you're a different traveler and you're Canadian, right? I love this aspect of it. I tell you that this is Canada's a flagship from CradleRadio. Yeah, it's a show that's tailored towards showcasing happenings, events, be it social, cultural, political, or even economical happenings in Canada, as it affects Canadians as well. So anything that as a decision from even external that might affect Canadians, we'll bring it to you. And it's a flagship in the morning and Mondays through Thursday from the hours of 10 to 11. It naturally starts from 9 a.m. to 11, but the talk aspects start from 10 to 11. Well, all things being equal, hopefully, knock on wood, we don't have no glitches or hitches from nowhere. We'll kickstart at 10. So if we're a little delayed, it's probably just trying to see if all the parameters are in place. All parameters are in place. Now, this morning, what we're talking about is a border shock. And it's coming from a sister country. We share so many things in common with this country. We share commonwealth. We used to share the queen. We now share the king. We share street names. Of course, we're bigger. They're just an island, right? And you look at it like we use the same kind of democracy. We practice monarchical democracy in Canada. So they practice the same thing where the king or the queen, right, happens to be the head of the government officially. Right, so whatever is being done in the parliament and all that gets reported to the king. Then we have governors and all that as well, the whole 9 yards. But nonetheless, it was sister country. And when you look at all of that, what I was talking about the pipeline in Alberta going to BC this morning. That's what I tailored my mind to talk about. And I flipped through that. I'd gone all the 9 yards into that. I sat down. I was in it for from 4 a.m. Looking at different angles in which the pipeline works. Some people booing somebody. The whole 9 yards. I was just looking at everything. Excuse me. I was just looking at everything, and in my mind, I'm saying, "Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna talk about reinforcing." The crude oil industry in Canada. That's what I want to talk about. And all of a sudden, I don't know what I did. I just scrolled up into my feeds, which was one of the things that I do at 4 a.m. in the morning. 4 a.m. in the morning. try to check some of my emails, blah, 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 But then, this popped up, and it was a shocker. I don't even know how the headline worked, right? I don't even know how that part of the headline worked. I just know that the headline wrote shock as well. So, because I was shocked, and I guess my team was shocked as well, but I didn't tell them I was shocked. So when I saw the headline, border shock, I'm like, that's it. That's it. A lot of back and forth emails, and then we're here. We're going to run this for the next 30 minutes or thereabouts, so hopefully you could be a part of this. I want to thank everybody that's still following us, because I saw that we have new followers as well on our Facebook page, and we have a lot of people coming in, and we appreciate it. I would want to thank you. Those feeds, it tends to give us the morale to go deeper and deeper day in, day out. And we're not trying to sway nobody's opinion or sway nobody's preference in any way. We're not trying to do that. Why am I popping? We're popping, man. Anyways, never mind. It's just one of those things. You don't want to bop on the microphone. But, so in my mind, I'm thinking, here we are in a country where the king, which is King Charles right now. Well, funny enough, I used Charles the other day on one of the promos. But anyway, never mind. So, this King Charles right now is the same king. It's the same monarchy or democracy that's been practiced on all boards. And then, yet, if you care to listen, you'd better listen good this morning, because as you're traveling, or if you're making your destination the United Kingdom, the UK just slammed the gate with new travel permit rules for Canadians. What it means for every Canadian that decides or wants to travel to the UK. Hopefully you listen to this one real good, because you're not going to be able to say, oh, I didn't know about it. You got family in the UK, it don't matter. If you're a Canadian, and when I mean Canadian, I'm talking about Canadians. All right. And I'm not trying to shade nobody, right? I'm not trying to shade nobody. Good morning, Tola. How you doing? From wherever you are in a part of the globe this morning. I'm not trying to shade nobody. I'm just saying for Canadian citizens. So if you got PR, you're not a Canadian citizen yet. Hopefully you're going to get there one day. So if you got PR, you still got to go through the whole 9 yards. But what we would normally do, what's our citizenship or our country affords us to be able to engage in, is the fact that we could travel there without a visa or something. No, we just go. Like we do 155 countries, I think, of the world. I should be right with that. But I'm going to fact check myself. I think it was 155. All right, let's quickly find this out real quick. All right, so we'll be on the same page. This is an educative session this morning. Okay, how many countries? I don't want nobody searching for me. I want to look at it in my own eyes. How many countries can Canadians go visa-free? All right, let's do this real quick. Hopefully. Oh my God. Okay, it's even 180 countries. No, 155. I thought it was 155. So Canadians can go visa-free to over 180 countries, with so many countries. All right. Now, it says with the exact number varying by index and including countries with visa on arrival or ETA, electronic travel authorization. Now, I want to know something about that, because one of the things a relative of mine who frequents Canada told me the other day was that before he came over, he had to get an ETA. And in my mind, I'm thinking, come on, what's the need for an ETA? And then in my subconscious, I went, What could that be for? Is it a new version of a visa for countries that don't regularly need visas or something? Or is it a way of amassing wealth on the part of the receiving countries? And I'm just thinking aloud, right? It's just not about me trying to be subjective in my thought process or nothing. No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying I wanted to know. So I would probably say in 2024, how many Canadians visited the UK? I'm getting somewhere, people. You get, just follow with me. You're probably gonna understand this. How many Canadians have visited the UK? I'm just curious, because every other person goes like, oh, I got family there, I got this and that. In 2024, Canadians' visit to the UK reached a new milestone, exceeding 1 million for the first time and generating significant tourism revenue. Most Canadians traveled by air, with London being the primary destination and Toronto Heathrow route being the busiest direct flight path. Canadians who visited spent an average of 970 million pounds, and their trips were slightly longer and more exploratory compared to other markets. So, over 1 million Canadians visited in 2024. And we're not even saying 2025. Let's say 2025 now. 2025 is almost done. So let's say 2025. And I'm going to say more as of September of 2025, more than 800,000 Canadians have visited as of 2025. But we're going to find out what the price tag on that ETA, electronic travel authorization is. Some might say it's not too much. It's all right. It's this and that, but it's the principle that matters at the end of the day. All right, it's the principle that matters. The fact that I gotta get an ETA if I'm going to the UK. The UK. That UK. Oh my God. I gotta get ETA. If I'm going to the UK, please. It's just, I think people are just greedy. I think people will place all of this ideas. I know it's not just the UK. I think even in the European Union now, they have something like that as well. We're going to visit that maybe on another day. But why this really, really hits back is the fact that the UK is meant to be a sister country. Not a parent country, a sister country. Because we're bigger in size. That's right. Yeah, we're bigger. Everything here is bigger than they are. So in my thought process, I'm thinking, why would I pay ETA? If I'm even paying for any other European country, that's understandable. But why should I pay the UK for that? Did they pass this through the king before implementing this? Because it's going to happen as of February. It will be happening as of February. That's right. And in my mind, I'm just thinking, you know what? Akinloye, I think you're just going above board with this one, but I'm not going above board. It's the reality. It's the reality. I'll probably find out. I think it's like less than 20 pounds for procuring that electronic. What's it called again? Electronic. I still kind of address it real good. Travel authorization. Yeah. Electronic travel authorization. And in my mind, I'm saying, that UK? But, and what readily came in mind was, do the British or people from the UK, you know, what do you call them? British, English, or, you know, you can't call them English because UK is a is a combination of like 3 different countries or thereabouts. So you can't go calling them English. So you probably say people from the UK. Let's just tag it like that. I don't want to say British as well, because people from Wales are gonna be like, no, we're not this and that. So I don't want no distraction. We say people from the UK. Let's tag it like that. And having to now pay money, despite the fact that I'm so saddled with my flight tickets, my accommodation, because I'm not buying a house over there for God knows what. I have to pay some certain bills, and to make matters worse, they don't even do VAT refunds over there. No, they don't do VAT refunds. I don't remember having to get a tax refund or something. Because in other parts of the world, you go to South Africa, you get a tax refund when you're getting out of South Africa. You go to Dubai or UAE or wherever in the United Arab Emirates, you get a tax refund that comes directly to you immediately for all your purchases. And you could fact check that as well, because I know you go to other countries of the world and you should get your tax refund as well for whatever purchases you made, because you're not living in there, but you're just a tourist. But in a country where over 1 million Canadians go every year, is this something that is needed? And I'll go to some of the things that my boys put together here today, and we'll see. All right. And this script goes this way, A seismic shift is rippling across the travel world. I love that intro. The seismic shift. For the first time in modern history, the United Kingdom is tightening the screws on Canadian visitors. For the first time in modern history, a new travel permit system, once reserved for higher risk countries, is now heading straight for Canadians. And yes, it would affect millions. This is what I say every time, right? First off, let's balance this in a way that we're gonna know if the people in the UK would need to get same when coming to Canada. Yeah, they love to come ski here, right? Especially at Christmas time. Let's see if they have that in place here. Let's see if they have that in place here. I'm just off the top of my head. I need it. Let's see, because sometimes these are reprisal stuff. Interesting. Well, it seems it's a reprisal thing, but look at it. My country is bigger than their country, so it's understandable if you want to come, right? The application fee for that is $7. Huh? All right, we're going to find out this one right now, but nonetheless, we'll still stick to what we're talking about today. So to get to the UK, which is going to be really important for all of yours this morning, is to find out whether and when you'll be needing that ETA, because it's not going to be a case of you getting into, what's it called? If you getting into, you're not even going to be boarded. According to what I have in front of me, you're not going to be boarded. You're not going to be boarded. You're not going to go. So it doesn't matter. And this things, it takes a couple of days. It's not just, it takes like 72 hours for this to come into play. Now, this is a thing that was once reserved for high-risk countries. It's now heading straight for Canadians. And yes, it will affect millions. Border shock. UK slams the gate with new travel permit rules for Canadians. Starting soon. It's starting in February, actually. Starting in February. by February of 2026, you will need a ETA, electronic travel authorization, to travel to the UK. No more boarding flight with just your passport and a smile. No. Travelers heading to London, Manchester, Edinburgh, or even transiting through Heathrow will now need to apply online, get approved, and pay a fee before even stepping on a British soil. Can you even understand that? Can you even, if I'm even transiting? This move aligns Canadians with dozens of other countries now governed under the UK new electronic travel authorization system. A global tightening of borders, the British government says, about safety, tracking, and modern travel security. But for Canadians, this hits differently. For decades, the Canada-UK travel corridor has been one of the most open in the whole wide world. Now, family visits, tourism, student travel, and business trips, all frictionless until now. It was all frictionless until now. And I'm saying, you want to visit families, you want to, go as a tourist, you want to go as a student travel, because we got students here who might just say, you know what, my sister is right in the UK, I just want to go real quick. I'm just going to go for the weekend, for instance, for Christmas, for Boxing Day. I want to go watch the Premier League. I want to do so many things. I just want to go real quick. Fast travel. That's not going to happen no more. So, for instance, if you're a Chelsea fan, if you're a Blues, you're probably going to be watching on TV for some time now if you don't have your ETA approved. If it's not approved, you're probably going to watch it on TV. Now, for the average Canadians, this means mandatory online application before travel, okay? Now, we're getting serious now. A fee for entry or transit. Processing time, meaning last-minute trips could be complicated. Refusal possible if paperwork isn't complete. More checkpoints, more rules, more delays, and for border officials, I don't envy those guys. Really, I don't. A new tool to decide who gets on the plane, who stays home. I just don't even know what to say, because I can go on and on and on like this. I want to go all the whole 9 years, so I'll probably just rush this in the next 5 minutes or 4 minutes and probably make some points and get to somewhere with this one. Travelers are stunned. Tourism experts are calling it a major barrier. Dual nationals, especially those with a UK heritage, are calling it a betrayal of Commonwealth ties. And that's what I said earlier on. And for the business community, this is a hit to the seamless flow of workers. Even Canadian diplomats are raising eyebrows, privately wondering whether this is a response to Canada's own visa policies or simply part of a worldwide security shift. Now, London says a new rule modernizes borders, boosts safety, and mirrors global system like the US ESCA and the EU's new ETIAs. Now, their message is blunt. Canadians aren't being singled out. The system is being standardized. Well, many Canadians disagree, noting that historical friendly nations rarely impose such hurdles on one another. I say, listen, we're friendly. This isn't just a travel story, it's a diplomatic trimmer. Now, the UK-Canada relationship, once defined by openness and ease, now has a bureaucratic wall. And experts warn this may be just the beginning. More fees, more surveillance, more travel restrictions, a world where mobility is no longer a right, but a privilege. That's the truth. But a privilege. So as Canada braces for its new reality, one question hangs in the air, and which is, if the UK can suddenly redraw the rules for Canadians, what's next? What's next? That's just my thought this morning. And I probably look up on how much it's going to be for travelers who just want to get the ETAs as well. So we'll be on the same page with this one. Now, these digital permissions cost £16, approximately 30 Canadian dollars. And Canadians can apply online or via the UK ETA app. Now, travel experts have told a lot of reporters that Canadians should apply for an ETA through an official government website to avoid online scams. Now, that's something that you got to look out for. That's something you got to just prepare yourself for. That's something that possibly might just not cause a kind of delay for you at your point of travel. If you go to the government website to apply for those ETAs, everybody's getting security conscious, especially from one country to the other. But look at it from this point of view, and I will leave you with this morning. If you're charging $30, which is Canadian, £16 equivalent for every traveler. Well, look at it, and this does expire every 6 months. I think you need to probably get this for a 6 months period if you're traveling a short stays. I think, yeah, this is what it looks like, right? And if you're doing that, all right, this is what it says. Yeah, so if you're having to deal with that, so you're charging £16, $30, we'll probably call it 30 Canadian dollars for the benefit of our listeners worldwide. If you're in the UK and you're trying to listen to this as well, £16 for over 1 million people on a 6 months, let's say biannual basis. If let's say at this full stretch of a yearly basis, right? Let's say once a year, you need this one. The UK is going to be raking 30 million Canadian dollars from just this going online, and that's aside the millions of dollars spent in there on an annual basis. I'm just saying, food for thought. And that's what I'm going to end the show with today. Obviously, somebody can get their ETAs before trying to get to the UK. So if you're a frequent traveler, somebody who likes going in and out, you better get those ETAs, because come February, you will not be able to travel or even board that flight going to the UK if you are a Canadian citizen. My name is Akinloye. It's been a pleasure doing this. We'll do the same tomorrow morning. And this is Canada. And don't forget, if you have information for us, you can send it to us through our social media handles. And I'll give this to you real quick. If you have any information, send it to us at info@CradleRadio.com. That's what's on your screen right now. You can see it as well. All right. And normal transmission returns on Cradle Radio. Go search Cradle Radio online. And that's how you can listen to the best of music, that genre music, that programming, and that real radio aspect of your life that you might have missed at one time or the other. Go on www.CradleRadio.com. That's right. It's right on screen right now. CradleRadio.com. And then you wouldn't regret it. Okay? Until tomorrow morning, from the hours of 10 to 11, I remember humble self. We'll talk tomorrow. Fly safe, stay safe. It's slippery out there in the East Coast of Canada. So kindly just prepare yourself for the road and for the slips and for the iciness on our roads. Good morning, people. Be safe.
Wake Wake up in the morning every weekday and join Akinloye on Cradle Radio.